I want to start this morning by thanking Kelsey and Noah. I'm genuinely excited about our planned adventure on September 29th, and we're going to call it an adventure because Legal and Communications have vetoed new president sleeps with students in car. So if that captured your attention, please go back to this week's Insider and donate if you can. I need you to get me out of the car. So colleagues, I love that video, and I think it provides the perfect segue for my comments today. Day in and day out, before and after graduation, students at Sheridan accomplish amazing, inspired feats that are fueled and accelerated by your dedication and hard work. I met an Indigenous scholar from the University of Manitoba several years ago, Dr. Nigan Sinclair, who asked me what kind of ancestor I wanted to be to the 7 generations that would follow in my footsteps. Without an ounce of exaggeration or drama, that video depicts our individual and our collective legacy. It is a privilege to work in the post-secondary sector in Canada. I love my job because, in part, I think what I do matters. I think what you do matters. We collectively fuel human and social development, economic independence, and at our very best, transformation. I'm particularly honored to lead at Sheridan, a learning community distinguished by its character, our celebrated commitment to academic quality, and our deep sense of accountability. We pride ourselves on being relevant, responsive, student-centric, and forward-focused. On day 22 of my new gig, I want to thank the Board of Governors and each of you for the trust you've invested in me as your new President and Vice Chancellor. Sheridan is a trailblazer, a pathfinder, and a champion of undergraduate education. My commitment as your president is to ensure that we continue to lead locally, nationally, provincially, globally, particularly during a time of social, economic, technological, and political change. To that end, and under the direction of the Board of Governors, my immediate priority is to facilitate the development of a new 5-year strategic plan that reflects an unprecedented level of dialogue, debate, consultation, and creativity. Together, we will work to answer what I know are burning questions. Are we going to become a university? When? Why? How are we living our commitment to access, pathways, a full continuum of credentials? What is a polytechnic in Ontario anyway, and who else is one? Consider this. Students who will finish our diploma programs in 2024 are starting grade 7 next week. That's pretty close to where my 13-year-old's at. What will those students need to succeed? How are we going to get them off Fortnite? How can we leverage Sheridan's past, present, its future to ensure that they are successful? Our strategic plan will clarify our institutional vision, mission, and values. It will also align and fuel our academic plan, which will remain our blueprint for teaching and learning. In essence, the strategic plan becomes our new North Star. To resource that important work, we've retained a partner, the Potential Group, to facilitate a process aimed at engaging every single member of our internal community, key external partners, thought leaders, cynics, and critics. Internally, the work will be led by the new Sheridan 2024 office under the direction of Amanda Pike. My charge to every member of our learning community is to lean in and lend your voice, because this planning exercise will fundamentally shape our future through to 2024. Together, we have a lot to contemplate between now and February 2019, when a draft of that plan will be presented to our board. To get us started, I thought I'd share a few of my thoughts about our current landscape, and specifically challenges, risks, disruptions, and opportunities. To help tell the story, I asked one of our amazing recent grads, Brian Ropel, to illustrate my thoughts. So colleagues, suffice to say that we are living in an era marked by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, a VUCA world, some would say, where the only constant is change. Advanced robotics, artificial intelligence, advanced manufacturing, and collaborative platforms are driving disruptive innovation. Business Insider notes that the workplace will be very different in 2050. Artificial intelligence will have invaded the workplace. Everyone will work from home. Employees will job hop a lot. Management, this might be good news to some of you, management will be deconstructed. And this is bad news for all of us. Retirement will no longer be an option. We need to think carefully and critically about these issues to maintain our status both as a premier forward-focused learning institution and as a leading employer. Further fueling our VUCA context and reality, government policy continues to impact institutional autonomy. We have less revenue and fewer tools to generate new revenue. The learner profile continues to evolve. Everyone is talking about a nebulous skills gap, and post-secondary institutions in Ontario are now accountable through legislation and/or regulation, but largely without additional funding, for addressing a long list of significant issues, including sexual violence, intercultural fluency, truth and reconciliation, and community mental health. This type of VUCA cacophony was described by Schumpeter in 1942 as creative destruction, a process of industrial mutation that incessantly revolutionizes the economic structure from within, incessantly destroying the old one, incessantly creating a new one. It's essentially the equivalent of a controlled burn in a farmer's field. His theory makes explicit that there are always winners and losers in that process. As we contemplate the impact of ongoing creative destruction, Sheridan must be on the right side of the equation. We don't want to be Kodak or Blockbuster or HMV and cling to the familiar, which people might not want anymore. I believe 100% that the challenges, the risks, and the disruption we're facing open up new opportunities for Sheridan. Capitalizing on them, however, I think will rest on our ability to, one, affirm our unique identity. It's been said many times that Sheridan is well known, but not known well. That has to change. Two, we have to leverage what differentiates us. For example, our expertise in circa, creativity, and innovation. Three, we need to connect and co-create so that we're even more engaged locally and globally. Four, we need to live our commitment day in, day out to student success across Bowen's goals for post-secondary: cognitive learning, emotional learning, and practical competence. And five, we have to invest in recruiting, developing, and celebrating talent. In their 2017 Courage report, Deloitte encouraged organizations to demonstrate courage through diligent, disciplined, and deliberate activities. Namely, one, being provocative and challenging the status quo, taking calculated risks by incentivizing courageous risk-taking, and three, doing what's right. I don't know precisely what that looks like in our context, and I'm excited to listen, dialogue, and seek counsel from stakeholders. That said, I'm committed to engaging more immediately on four key fronts. First, I will work to influence and affect system-level transformation in Ontario. The current binary organization of post-secondary education in this province isn't meeting the needs of today's learners or our changing economy. Most notably, it is wholly unacceptable and untenable that graduates of our honors bachelor degrees, which are as rigorous as any undergraduate university degree, do not have unfettered access to graduate studies in Ontario. We must push to remove the barriers that put our outstanding students at a disadvantage. More broadly and fundamentally, we need a systemic framework that celebrates who we are as an institution that offers a range of credentials at the undergraduate level, from apprenticeship to certificates, diplomas, and degrees, an institution that invests in hands-on learning, and an institution that excels at applied research. Our children should be confident that enrolling at Sheridan is an entree to a world of possibility and opportunity, whether that starts with an advanced certificate, a skilled trade, a diploma, or an honors degree. Quite simply, we are not a traditional university or a local community college. We are unique. We are Sheridan. This matters. Second, I will cement, model, and promote shamelessly, far and wide, Sheridan's unique character, commitment to academic quality, and accountability to stakeholders. This includes the promotion of our creative campus philosophy, which underpins our trailblazing approach to undergraduate education. Here's what I know. Sheridan gives students the hard skills to find meaningful employment in their chosen field and the resiliency to thrive in an era where the only constant is change. That value proposition needs to be hollered from the rooftops, and I'm on it. Third, I will lead our collegium of faculty and staff to focus relentlessly on the student experience and Sheridan's people plan, to propel us towards having the highest indicators of student and employee satisfaction in Ontario. These two things are central to our integrity, and they're interdependent. What sets Sheridan apart is the unwavering commitment of caring and talented, dedicated faculty and staff whose enthusiasm, training, and expertise combine to actively engage students and position them for success within and beyond our classrooms. Fourth and finally, I will foster sustainability through an operational culture of planning, accountability, and continuous improvement. Nothing is possible, colleagues, if our house isn't in good order. We grew quickly and without always investing in significant systems and/or infrastructure. We've also experienced a lot of leadership change. I will work diligently with other leaders to recruit, develop, retain, and celebrate our most valuable resource, talent. As stewards of Sheridan, we're entrusted with ensuring its longevity. We must be committed to promoting sustainability across everything we do. So the work ahead of us might seem daunting. Here's the thing, though. I believe in Sheridan, and I'm energized by your inspired commitment to learning and discovery and engagement. What we do is fundamentally important. The way we do it effectively drives both personal or market and social non-market outcomes. Our programs and curriculum resource the new economy in Ontario, in Canada, and around the globe. Our pedagogy cultivates citizenship and an effective democracy, and our commitment to CIRCA and collaborations with industry and community partners solves real-world problems, and it drives innovation. Sheridan's values and character resonate with me deeply. I wanted this job, and I worked really, really hard to get it because I see it as a great fit. And I know that personally, I succeed as a leader when there is a tight and authentic alignment between my personal and professional passions. I'm so very proud to lead at this phenomenal institution. My commitment to every member of the Sheridan learning community is to listen, to reflect, and to test assumptions. I will make my best effort to communicate openly, demonstrate transparency, and invest in collegial governance. I'd be remiss if I didn't note that you can also expect me to push boundaries and relentlessly, respectfully challenge the status quo. With specific reference to strategic planning, I will champion a vision for 2024 that speaks to every student and every employee who calls Sheridan home. As we begin a new chapter in Sheridan's history, we have an opportunity to work collectively, collaboratively, and creatively to define Sheridan's future. In the face of a VUCA world, creative destruction, disruption, and change, we must come together as an energized community, build on the very best of our history, and remain squarely focused on fostering transformation. I want us to be curious, bold, fearless, emboldened by knowing that students are the reason that we exist, and confident that with a Sheridan credential in their pocket, their potential is limitless. It's go time, team. And I can't wait to co-create our vision for 2024. Thank you for the warm welcome you've extended to our new students and to me in this new position. I hope you have an amazing fall term. Thank you.